Hi, good afternoon again. I hope you had a positive lunch. I kept waiting for a taxi to turn up with mine, but it didn't arrive, Rajiv. I don't know what happened there, but never mind. I spoke before about the importance of the heart failure nurse and the other members of the team, like the cardiac rehab. And the person I didn't deliberately talk about was my GP. And that was because I knew I was coming back into this session and this was the focus of this session. Now, to me, in terms of my heart failure journey, my GP has been more important than my cardiologist. I know cardiologists, you like to think you're the central person to everything in this, but I think really you're just a conductor without an orchestra is just a person waving a chopstick, really, isn't it? So you need all these other people around you. So my GP was pivotal. I told you I had a cough and it was persistent cough and it lasted for around 6 months. And after 6 months of nagging with my wife, I eventually decided I would turn up at my GP's and present myself and see if he could resolve what was going on here, because I was getting more breathless, I was struggling, I was getting exhausted. Fortunately, my GP is a GPSI in cardiology. So I think quite quickly he realised that it was something that was going to be heart related. So he organised a whole raft of tests, blood tests, an echo, ECG, etc. I told you before, I hadn't seen my cardiologist for 5 years. I was just being monitored by my physiologist for my ICD every 12 months. So it was a struggle to get back in to see my cardiologist. So my GP became pivotal in organising everything. He started me on candesartan. He was organising blood tests to monitor my kidneys because I was struggling with my kidneys as well and my urine output. So I think the role of a GP in maintaining that contact, he was seeing me weekly at first and then fortnightly, and to this day he still speaks to me every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how I'm doing and what's happening. So I think the GP is the person that you're most likely as a patient to have contact with, and that's got the most consistent level of care. I've been discharged from my heart failure nurse now, so really he is the person that I refer to if I've got an issue. I know it would be extremely difficult to get in to see my cardiologist or my heart function cardiologist very quickly, so I would automatically default to my GP. And I know it's extremely challenging times getting in to see GPs, but he is amazing at making time to see me and speak to me. He has no concerns and he always knows where I'm coming from. So I just wanted to echo that point, really, that for us as heart failure patients, being able to speak to a GP, to somebody regularly, consistently, having that contact is extremely important. And it's allowed me, he supported me in my decision to take a medical retirement, which meant that I was able to focus on my heart failure living with heart failure, really, my heart failure journey, and maintaining and living with the best quality of life that I could. And it was really important that I was able to find other things to focus on rather than, as I said, suffering from heart failure, living with heart failure. I've been able to return to college 1 day a week, to horticultural college, and I'm now going to a primary school voluntarily teaching gardening to children and young people. I've always been an advocate for children and young people in my professional role. And now I like to feel like I'm an advocate for heart failure patients, and through Pumping Marvellous, I've been able to do that. So I hope that you'll appreciate the role that GPs have, and especially those GPSIs that have gone that extra way to focus on cardiology. So thank you.